Hello, my name is John, and today we'll be reading the autobiography of Reverend Myung, Becoming a World Figure Through the Love of Peace, edited by John Brooker, 2075 Couple Blessing. Reverend and Moon and his wife, Dr. Hak Jahan, are revered worldwide as the true parents. There were the officiators at my wife and I's blessing ceremony on July 1st, 35 years ago. This is about the autobiography of Father that has appeared in Korea. The information comes from a brother who has closely followed the developments surrounding this unexpected literary hit in Korea. It was published in March by the well-known and highly respected publishing company Myung. Many people consider it the premier Korean publishing house. The female president took note of Father's contributions to world peace when she was studying in the U.S. in the early 1990s. According to her testimony, she realized that the bad publicity surrounding our church is based on disinformation and prejudice. It is then that the idea of publishing an objective book about Father entered her mind. The book sidesteps religious controversy and UC theology and focuses directly on Father's character and his message to humanity. The president herself is a devout Buddhist. People close to her say that before coming to the decision to accept a book for publication, the president does serious soul-searching by visiting the temple and asking Buddha whether this is the right course of action. In the case with Father's autobiography, she reportedly received the inspiration that this was a good and special book and that, yes, she should publish it. The company is well known in Korea for producing numerous bestsellers covering a wide range of topics, including those on historical and contemporary Christian figures. Some have even jokingly called it a Christian publisher. The company, however, states that its main purpose is to enlighten Korean society and, in this particular case, those under the spell of religious bigotry. Accordingly, this book, as others put out by Myung, should be viewed as a contribution toward the creation of a fairer and more tolerant society. In just 1 week, the book has become a national hit. It currently occupies the number 7 spot on the Korean essay bestseller list and is number 20 on the general bestseller, ahead of modern classics such as The Secret. It is rumored that a second printing is going to be needed very soon. The Christian reaction has been, as predicted, vehemently negative. The publishing company has been deluged with protests and threats of future boycott. Leading the pack has been the Kookmin Daily, the newspaper run by the well-known Yoido Full Gospel Paul Youngi Cho, presumably the largest church in the world. The paper put out an issue with an editorial denouncing the book, the publishing company, and of course our church and its founder. The publisher's website has been inundated with posts accusing it of being bought by Reverend Moon and shameless profit-seeking when it decided to go ahead with the publication. These detractors conveniently forget that the same publishing house produced many Christian bestsellers before. Of course, then none suggested it was bought by the Christian church. Some Christian posters even go so as far accusing the publishing company of selling its soul to the devil. Ironically, this backlash seems to only fuel public interest. Remember the adage that there is no such thing as bad publicity? Many of our non-Korean UC members assume that Korea is a Christian nation. However, this is a misconception. Approximately 30% of all Koreans are Christian, 20% are Buddhist, and the remaining half is unaffiliated and generally non-religious. This non-aligned majority is relatively open. Unfortunately, many people in this group have long been influenced by the very vocal and aggressively negative Christian minority. Now, however, these people have the opportunity to read a first-hand account of our Father's life. The defensive Christian reaction only seems to make them more curious about what the fuss is all about. The reputation and undisputable quality of previous products of the publishing house are additional reason for the positive popular response. Some roughly paraphrased internet bulletin board reactions. Thank you, Christians, for making so much noise over this book and drawing my attention to it. After that, I just had to go to the store and buy it. I am not an avid reader. I am not easily moved emotionally, but once I opened the book, I could not put it down before I finished reading it. At dawn, after staying up all night, this book changed my life. I read the book and I think it is great. I am returning to the bookstore to buy another book about the UC. If I can't find any, I will find a Unification Church nearby to learn more about Reverend Myung firsthand. I am a Christian. My church tells me that Reverend Myung is a devil. I love to read Myung books. I felt betrayed by the company. Why did it sell its soul to the devil? Strange. This is the best company in Korea. It published so many Christian books too. What a contradiction. They say the company spent 3 years preparing the publication. I had to find out for myself, so I bought the book. I couldn't stop reading it. Was this stuff true or a fabrication? This is not one man's life. This is an epic. I felt sorrow, sadness, pride. I was overcome by a whole range of emotions, and I could not lay down the book until I finished it at 4 o'clock in the morning. My conclusion, this man is real. Next question is, who is this man? Whatever the answer is, everyone who loves peace and wants to do away with prejudice should read this book. I read it again and underlined all the important passages for myself. Who can persevere through so much persecution, prison, torture other than a saint? Thank you, Myung. I can believe in you again. Far too long we have had to listen to Christians making noise about the Unification Church. They should stop. And Unification Church members, stop all your talk about providence. This book has accomplished what none of you were able to do, to paint a good, true-to-life portrait of the founder of your church and make people pay attention. I am not a religious person. I bought this book. My own accomplishments now seem smaller than a spot of dust or a grain of sand. I think I know why Christians hate this book. My heart was captured by the reading. After turning the last page, I took a long look up into the blue sky, up to the tall mountains. Although I love reading, I don't spend more than 3 hours on any book per day. This one is an exception. I bought it out of curiosity, but once I started reading, I could not stop until I finished it all. It is not your regular page-turner. The book touches the depth of your soul. It pierces your heart. I never believed people like Reverend Myung could live in this day and age. His attitude and the scale of things he accomplished go way out of the range of other contemporary outstanding individuals, such as Cardinal Kim Soo-hwan or monk Sung Chol. I feel he is the first real, true religious person. This book is going to be a great hit. Mark my words. After reading this book myself, I went to the room where my middle school-aged son was busy preparing for his test. I gave him Reverend Moon's autobiography and said, "Son, put down your textbooks. This reading comes first." And this is an education-crazed Korea. Becoming a global citizens of peace. Seoul, June 1st. Over 3,000 leaders of Korean society and nearly 200 dignitaries from overseas gathered today at the COEX Center in Seoul to celebrate the successful publication of the surprising new bestseller, Becoming a Global Citizen of Peace, the autobiographical memoir of one of Korea's best-known and most controversial citizens, the Reverend Dr. Myung. Now, in his 90th year, the international religious leader was joined at the event by his wife of 50 years, Dr. Jahan Moon, and several of the couple's 14 children and over 40 grandchildren. In his remarks at the COEX Center, Reverend Moon emphasized both the urgency and opportunity of the current time as an opportunity to launch a transformative effort for peace through what he called a true love revolution, and spoke of his conviction in the arrival of a new era of peace. In the end, reconciliation and peace will come about through lineage, he said, when blacks and whites, Eastern and Western peoples, Buddhists and Christians, and Jews and Muslims intermarry and carry on the tradition that I have established. This world will naturally form the realm of one family that can establish God's homeland of peace. Generations may come and go like the tides of the sea, but I will remain forever with my hope and my ideal. Reverend Myung. This video is a production of the School of the White Crane, and my name is John Brooker. You can reach me through commentary on this video or through my Gmail listed here. Please share this video with your family and friends, and also on social media. And please buy this book. It's a real excellent biography. May God richly bless you, my beloved.